So it's been another intentional week this week at the cottage, and I have been really deliberate in getting outside as much as I possibly can, and it's been every day, and even if it's just like a little half an hour, you know, just to get this vitamin D. Partially it's been to get lots of vitamin D and some light in my eyes, but mostly I must say it's been for my head and my mind and for settling all that overactivity. And there's really something about the air here, and I just love the way that the light hits those hills and the trees and the stillness that hangs around these beautiful ancient beings. I just love it, and it's a steadiness, and in this steadiness I really feel like it just, you know, it slows me down and it grounds me 100%. And I've also been reading a lot of Nan Shepherd lately, and I know that she writes mostly about mountains, but the heart of her words are that deep, quiet noticing, and I can feel it in my body, like it feels close to how I want to live. Not to rush through nature, but just to be in it, and to feel it seep in until it changes, you know, the rhythm of your thoughts. And some days I just walk in silence, and most days I walk in silence really, and feeling the comfort and the grounding and the rhythm of it all. And it's kind of like everything here has its own soul. And within that week there's always the time where I take my daughter to her art class, my eldest daughter, and this time I was lucky enough because Auntie Lorna had a sleepover, so she came with me on that day, and we sat in this little nook here for about 2.5 hours, and she brought out her laptop eventually, and we both just had a little bit of time being with each other, and it was so much fun, and I was really grateful for that. So this little next part of the video is sponsored by Catkin, and they reached out to us recently, and honestly I'm so glad that they did. They are the answer that we didn't actually know that we needed. So Oscar, as you know, is a big boy. He is also what we know in Scotland as a gannet, which means he is never full or satisfied. He is round our ankles 100 times a day, just constantly wanting something all the time, and honestly it's been driving us insane. Oscar's been on usual supermarket wet food and some dry bits for a while, but it just didn't seem to be filling him up. So giving Catkin a go really made a lot of sense to us, you know, since we've been on a real health conscious diet since recent months. It made so much sense to us to do this for Oscar as well. One of the things about Catkins is there's no fillers, there's no random additives either. And a lot of cat food, I didn't know this, is only about 4% real meat, which explains why they're still hungry. And Catkin is 100% real meat, it's vet formulated, and it's served fresh from the fridge as well. And everything comes in these little daily serve pouches, so it's super easy to prep as well. So since switching over and trying Catkin, he's genuinely more settled after meals, and you can see it here. He's just really content.
Did you enjoy that?
And he hasn't been begging straight away, and he's not pacing around the kitchen at all. He seems fuller, and he's much happier, and he's more relaxed through the day. We don't see him as often as we did before, and it looks like he's finally getting what his little body needs. So if you want to give it a try, my code is 50-Oscar, and that gets you 50% off your first trial box. And the link is also in the description and the comments, and I'll pop the QR code on the screen as well. This little screen recording here just shows you how really simple and easy it is to sign up to their website. So you just go in and just put your cat's details in there so that they can make a specific box just for your cat or cats. So yeah, check it out. I got a nice jumper yesterday from a charity shop, and I didn't realise when I picked it up that it had sequences on it. I'm kind of liking it a little bit. It's giving me a little bit of jingly jazz. Anyway, I'm just going to do a little bit of garden pottering today round about the place. I'm going to cut out a little bit out the front. There's loads of weeds. I'm seeing weeds, there's loads of things that are hanging over that need my attention. So I'm going to go and do that, and yeah, with my jingly jazzy jumper on. So we got some really good news as well recently. John's scans came back with positive results. Oh my goodness, and after what felt like, a really long time holding my breath, I felt like I wanted something that was really grounding. So I spent the afternoon out here, and the good thing was it was quiet all round about me as well. It was one of those kind of rainy, drizzly, not rainy, but a kind of overcast day that the rain could come at any moment, so there wasn't any voices in the distance. It was just perfect. And I just spent the afternoon out here pulling weeds and sweeping things and trimming back, and I did feel quite guilty actually pulling out the nettles, but they were just getting totally a bit too wild, if I can say that. So yeah, and trimming the rose bush around the house, and I've still got a little bit to do to that actually. I must remember and go back to it, but yeah, it was just taking time with the little things that just bring that quiet joy and just being at peace. And even filming this was really simple. I just had my phone around and I didn't overthink it. It was just let it be and let the whole process be. And it's in these small, ordinary days, and the walks, and in the tending to our homes, the tending to where we are and what we already have, that remind us how life can be when you move at a natural pace, I think. And sometimes, life kind of propels us out of that, I feel. So this for me is another practice of slowing down and getting connected and reconnecting with the energy around me, and the energy of the home, and the energy of the cottage, and the energy of life, really. So thank you so much for being here, and you're very welcome to pop over to the Patreon as well, where very soon I'm going to be sharing some meditations over there too. So yeah, you can check it out. But God bless, and thank you so much, and I'll see you on the other side.